Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and this is a CouchWarrior channel update. So, given this is an update, I'm going to be less formal about this. It is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon here in the Great White North. I am recording this for you, having a great time, drinking a beer. It is called Moose Drool, made by Big Sky Brewing Company in Missoula, Montana, and is delicious. So, really, what am I going to cover today? A few things. High-level topics I want to touch on are channel growth, audience appreciation, story format, mods in production, fleets profile. One of the things that I've been getting a lot of requests for is, hey, you know, what does fleets... What do Fleet's stats look like? What perks is he using? How do I create a character like that? How do I model that build? And one of the things that I've been really crappy about is updating all of the other stuff I have out there. In particular, Elder stats and also the perk calculator. Haven't updated that. To be honest, I'm so focused on story right now that any opportunity I have to really work on this project, because it is a labor of love, I invest in storytelling because I'm thinking that's what you want to hear. However, I did at one point promise to kind of keep some materials up to date out there, so if people wanted to try to create a character of their own that sort of followed this build model, you could do that. So again, I apologize until we get some kind of a assistant or receptionist or something here at CouchWarrior headquarters to help update that stuff. I'm just going to be perpetually behind. So I decided to make a video to announce just a few things that are going on with the channel, and then also do an update on what's going on with Fleet in terms of stats and everything like that right now. So I'm gonna kill several birds with one stone here. Let's talk about channel growth real quick. I've been extremely pleased with the velocity on subscribers and views and all of that stuff. I mean, it's really been stunning from my perspective, the amount of growth in this channel over the last couple months. I mean, as it stands at this moment, we've got 678 subscribers, and we're right around 54,500 total views since I started all of this. And there are actually quite a few videos out there now. There are a lot of people who are following Aranis Arcana who may or may not even realize that there are videos out there from January. The whole Dark Messenger series. You'll notice that in the intro I highlighted Centrosi a little bit. Basically, Fleet and Centrosi are my two assassins. Centrosi is a Redguard vampire, and he is featured exclusively in the Dark Messenger series, which is more of a location-based playthrough. It is not really a storytelling let's play kind of a scenario. If you're interested in just learning about different locations and seeing assassin gameplay, Centrosi is a good one to check out. But Fleet, of course, he's our ongoing story. He's our serial adventure. So I'm kind of highlighting these two as sort of my two go-to guys, if you will. So lots of views. Super happy about that. At this point, I would say about 10% of our viewers, the viewers of CouchWarrior TV, are the ladies, and 90% are the guys. And it's kind of interesting because a lot of the viewers of this channel fall into that age category that I'm in, the 35 to 44 kind of age range, which is sort of interesting. However, I've noticed that viewers between the ages of 13 and 24 are starting to catch up. So I think that just says a lot to the growth of the channel, and I really appreciate everything you guys have done to help promote what's going on, and tell your friends who you think might be interested in this kind of playthrough how to get here and how to participate. So definitely appreciate all the support. So maybe we should just jump into Fleet's information a little bit here. I think that would be helpful. Because one of the things that I was promising to do, Fleet is sort of billed as an arcane archer assassin build. What I mean by that is that he is primarily an archer assassin, but we focus on bound bow primarily. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here in terms of skills. Now, as you can see, we are really heavily focused on stamina and magicka. We've invested almost nothing in health. Conjuration, Novice Conjuration, and Mystic Binding. That is as far as we've gone in Conjuration. Mystic Binding is a must. You get a lot of extra damage on a bound weapon of any kind, not just a bow, with Mystic Binding. In the Illusion Tree, we are constantly working on the Illusion Tree. Illusion is very important. A lot of people are asking about Illusion. What do I plan on doing with it? Will I use it more? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. I'm going to invest more in the Illusion Tree. However, I've gotten away from investing in the Illusion Tree in recent levels because I'm trying to get some of my swordsmanship skills up a little bit. But you can see we've got all the basics here. Now for this build, we went up the right side of the tree first so that we could get to quiet casting. Once I had that out of the way, then I started working on some of these other things. Aspect of Terror, Hypnotic Gaze, and then we're going up that left-hand side too to try to bring the cost of our spell casting down. Alchemy is also very important. We're just investing in the base alchemy skill, or the base alchemy perks at this point, the 1 through 5. Those are what going to get us the bonuses we need to make crafting potions, and that's really the focus. Fleet is really not much of a poisoner. So let's look at stealth, very important. Look at this here. This is one of the main things about Fleet is we are not investing heavily in the base stealth skills, but we're going up the left and we're going up the right. Went to Assassin's Blade first. Go up the right side first if you can. On the left side, we've gone as far as Silent Roll, but I do plan on taking Silence, not because I feel I need it, but because I want to get to Shadow Warrior. There's a lot of people who say, yeah, Shadow Warrior is great, and a lot of people who don't like it. I think there's a case to be made for Shadow Warrior, especially in this scenario where I'm trying to make good, compelling, sort of dramatic videos. There's some really cool things you can do with Shadow Warrior. Now on to Archery. Overdraw is 4 out of 5. Eagle Eye, we have invested nothing in Steady Hand, nothing in Critical Shot. We pretty much went up the left side, Eagle Eye, Power Shot, and Quick Shot. And that is really all we've invested at this point. And I think you can see from the videos that Fleet is an extremely effective archer without worrying about Steady Hand, without worrying about Critical Shot or any of that stuff. That stuff is kind of add-on things I may invest in later. So here's where I've been investing lately in one-handed skills. Dual Flurry, because he's a dual wielder, but also Armsman. Now obviously Armsman is going to help me with both daggers and swords, which is great, but eventually I'm interested in getting to Fighting Stance and then up here to Savage Strike so we can start getting some really great kind of dramatic decap kill cams. Critical Charge is a big favorite of mine, but I tend to use it more with two-handed warriors. It'll be interesting to try it with Fleet, but again, that's kind of an extra. It's not a critical piece at this point. So here's a bunch of stuff we haven't invested in. Now back to smithing. What am I going to do in smithing? I'm always very torn. Do I go up the right-hand side or the left-hand side? On the right-hand side, we have lots of cool weapons, right? We can do the Daedric and the Ebony, and there's lots of neat things you can do on the weapon side. But for a thief and for an assassin, a lot of the cool armors and things you can only improve going up the left side. Now, we do not have the resources at this point to go up both, so at this point, I'm kind of thinking that I might go up the left-hand side and work the armor angle first and see if there are some cool weapons in that sort of Elven Glass and Advanced Armors category that I could work on later. Enchanting, we're kind of sticking with the base enchanting stuff right now. I'm not too worried about any of the other perks at this point, just kind of working on that base level stuff. And that brings us back around to where we started from. Not a lot invested in these areas. No destruction, restoration, alteration, none of that stuff. We're primarily focused on conjuration and illusion. So I hope that gives you a reasonably good rundown of where Fleet is at right now. If you have questions about this build at all, feel free to send me messages. You can hit me up on, well, you can send me a message, a private message right on YouTube. That's fine. The other thing you can do is I've got a form you can submit messages to on the website at CouchWarrior.tv. That's on Tumblr. Feel free to submit any questions there. Now let's talk a little bit about audience appreciation, because I appreciate you all very much. You have been super supportive of me. It's really freaking stunning, to be honest with you. I was just going over my stats recently, which I tend to do at least once a week or so. And, you know, the interesting thing I found is that there's a huge spike in views. There's also a huge spike in watch time. People are actually sitting through these videos, which is pretty amazing. And, you know, over the last month, there's been a very, very low number of dislikes. When you consider how many likes I've gotten, almost 1,000 likes on these videos from you guys, and 3 dislikes. And I would say, you know, one of those dislikes I know is for me fat fingering my own video. So, you know, 2 dislikes in a month, you know what, that's fine. And I don't mind if people dislike my videos. If there's something you don't like about it, I would invite you to tell me what it is and why. It always helps me. Constructive criticism, I always invite. So I appreciate that. So let's see, what's next? What is next? I wanted to talk about, as far as audience appreciation goes, I know a lot of you who are watching these videos are playing assassins. You are members of the assassin nation, just like me. And what I would invite you to do is get out there, get some screenshots of your favorite assassin. If you can grab a screenshot, do it. Send those to me, and I can be reached. You can reach me at my email address. That's probably the best way to do it, which is thecouchwarrior.tv@gmail.com. Send me your favorite assassin pick and just a tiny little bio. Tell me the name, the race, a little bit about what the focus of that character is, and we're going to post these in a special album on Facebook. So feel free to send them to me. I'll be vetting those and putting them up on Facebook for the world to see. Should be kind of fun to do that. And then just a quick word before we go on the story format. There's been a lot of velocity lately. I mean, I've been posting a lot lately, and that's because during the summer months, it's a little bit easier for me to do some of these things. I don't anticipate that I'm going to be able to continue to post 4 or 5 videos a week going forward. My goal is to try to do a minimum of 2 per week if I can. But I've been very fortunate lately in that I've been able to kind of get things together and advance the story a little bit faster than I normally would. So that's just kind of where we're at right now. And I would anticipate going into the fall that I'll probably be pulling back just a little bit. And I would think 2 to 3 episodes per week is probably going to be the norm. As far as the balance of written content to play content, some of the videos that I make are very content heavy, lots of story entries. I try to bundle these things up. There are kind of periods where I have a lot of story to tell, and I have to tell it in a very short period of time to set the stage for, say, the next 5 or 6 coming episodes. So yes, there are some that are very content heavy, and then others that are almost purely all adventuring with maybe one journal post or 2 journal posts. I'm going to try to kind of keep on that schedule a little bit if I can, because I don't want to overwhelm people with material of one type or the other too much, and it's important that we keep advancing the story. So I'll try to stay on top of that and not overwhelm you with too much written content per episode if I can help it. But that's just kind of how things are going. And then lastly, one of the things I wanted to do is kind of go down the most up-to-date mod list that I have. So right now, currently in play, now there are some things that are in play here that I'm not going to tell you because they are going to affect the story coming up. So we've got Frostfall, obviously, and Cloaks of Skyrim. As everyone knows, we're using Bandoliers and Black Mage armor, Sky UI and Elegant Archers. And I still have Throwing Weapons Death from Afar installed, and that's been recently updated, so there was a redo for that. So there's a new version of that out, which I have upgraded. I have Recolor Bound Weapons. That's what gives me my specialized bound weapons in Ice, Shock, and Flame. Then I also have a mod called Arise Chapter 1, the Black Sacrament. That is where the Black Sacrament armor and weapons come from. That is also where the buried ancient Phoenix assassins come from. So some of you have asked questions about where the swords are coming from, where I'm getting the enchantments from, like Sabotage and Muffle, stuff like that. That's where that stuff's coming from. There is a spell mod I'm using called Banish Light. Silencer's Vestments. Silencer's Vestments, that is the armor that Fleet currently wears in the story. The Dance of Death mod, that is what gives me the ability to control my kill cams a little bit, gives me the ability to create more dramatic footage that way. Convenient Horses, of course. Mixed Unit Tactics. Mixed Unit Tactics is what allows me to command my followers to perform assassinations and coordinate attacks. Amazing Follower Tweaks, or AFT. That is what I'm using to give group and individual commands during play. Follower Nefay. She is also a mod. Immersive Animations. Immersive Animations is a series of animation packs that I have loaded to support the dual sheath redux, if you will. I have gone to a dual sheath option. It doesn't work on all weapons, especially modded weapons where there are no meshes. It will not work on those. But we'll see that coming into play much more prominently in future episodes, and the immersive animations help to support that. Also a mod called Maximum Skeleton, which changes up the character skeleton a bit and makes some of those dual sheath and immersive animations work a little bit better. And then I'm also using some utilities, one of which is called Boss, which helps me helps automate my load order stuff. And then finally, a small mod which improves female faces, makes them a little bit less harsh, a little softer, a little prettier. So that is where we are at. Now there are a few more, as I said, that are in play or going to be in play shortly, but I'm not going to reveal those just because it might mess up the storyline for you a little bit, and I don't want to do that. So, where to find CouchWarrior? Obviously on YouTube. You are all watching me on YouTube. I'm also available at CouchWarrior.tv, which is my website and Tumblr site. We have a Facebook page, which is linked from YouTube and from Tumblr. You can also find me posting on Google+. If there are other places where you think I should be, let me know. If it's not too much work and doesn't add 10 hours to every damn thing I do, I might consider it. So, as we speak, Chapter 8, Part 7 has been re-uploaded. I uploaded it overnight last night, but deleted it this morning when I found some quality issues with it. I re-rendered it and uploaded it again this morning. So Chapter 8, Part 7 is up there for your viewing pleasure, and you can look forward to Chapter 8, Part 8 later today. And that does it. I want to thank you all for listening to me chatter. I hope that this update was helpful to you. If there's anything that you wanted me to cover that I missed, let me know, and I will get it in the next update. So, until next time, may all that you do be quick, silent, and deadly. And to all Skyrim assassins, and I'm talking about you, I salute you. Silence is our battle cry.